So we're coming into Yin, all equipment we've got today, so some blocks if you've got bolsters, cushions and a strap as well. Remember, these can be switched out. If you don't have blocks and you've got big books, you've got kitchen rolls, more than fine. Make sure those cushions are fairly dense as well, you've got quite nice sized cushions. Okay, so jumpers on, socks on, we're going to have a really nice relaxing session. And turn the lights down. If you've got a really dreamy playlist that you love, that gets you into that calm mindset, please put that on. Wherever you are, starting to come all the way down to the ground, having your blocks close by to you to start with, having a strap close by, all the way down, lying onto your back. In your Shavasana, legs out long, hands away from the body. Closing the eyes down and feeling that belly rising and falling. Feeling that body grow heavier and heavier. Shoulders drawing away from the face down to the mat. That belly soft, rising and falling. Getting your strap wherever that strap is, or belt, scarf, loops. Taking it in between both hands, bending up the right leg, taking it around the sole of the foot. And with your right hand, just start to hold on to that strap as far down as you need for that shoulder to still be on the ground. Flexing those toes, coming into a really gentle hamstring stretch. So you can absolutely keep a micro bend in your knee. Not too much force on the strap. Remembering to breathe. Coming into a half happy baby, so bending through that knee a lot, driving the sole of the foot up, taking that knee to the outside of the chest, so down towards the armpit, still flexing the foot, driving the heel to the sky. Keeping that right shoulder into the ground. And most importantly, breathing. And feeling the tension in your body completely disappear. Slowly switching over to the other side. Right leg long. Lift up that left leg. Strap around that sole of the foot. Flexing the left foot to the sky. Really gentle hamstring stretch. Slowly come into that half happy baby. So take the grip to the outside of the leg. Pull the knee down towards the armpit, keeping that foot flexed. Exhale, fully release. Grabbing hold of one of the blocks, coming into a supine twist with the bent knee supported. So picking up the left leg, scooching onto the outside of the right hip, bringing that left knee over to the right and taking it onto a block, whatever height you want to take it onto, that's going to allow you to feel some stillness here, feel nice and supported. Take the left hand out to the side, gazing to the left hand, sinking that left shoulder into the ground. Finding stillness with your breath. Allowing yourself to stay here for a couple of minutes. Releasing any tension that you're still holding in that left leg. Allowing it to fully sink down into the block. Final inhale. And exhale, slowly, slowly switching over to the other side, taking that block with you, scooching to the outside of the left hip, right leg up and over, resting that knee onto the block, taking the right hand out to the right side and gazing towards that right hand. Feeling that energy slipping away from the muscles, sinking into the ground, taking any hold that you have still on the muscles and just letting them fall with gravity. If your mind wanders, just get back to focus by thinking about your breath, that belly rising and falling. Inhale really slowly back through center, removing that block. Onto your back, knees bent, feet on the floor. Just feeling the whole of the back grounding into the mat. Taking our legs long, arms long behind us. Really big stretch, and then coming into this banana curve on the right side. So taking our hands both over to the right, feeling a big stretch down the left. Making sure that that left shoulder and left hip is still on the ground. Releasing the tension in the arms and just letting them bend naturally. Inhale back through center and over to the other side. Pulling those hands towards the left, stretching down the right side of the body, and then fully relaxing those arms. Do you still hold any tension in your muscles? Just come into a body scan and notice if your glutes are still engaged, if your core is still engaged, and fully relax those areas, giving your body permission to be heavy. It doesn't need to hold us up, it doesn't need to do any work right now. Inhale, come back through center. Coming into a supported reclined butterfly, so taking the blocks, Taking our feet up so our knees are bent, and then starting to take the knees out to the side, soles of the feet together. And then take those blocks or cushions underneath those thighs, underneath the knees, so that you're fully supported here. If you need to take that focus back to your breath, take one hand onto your heart, one hand onto your belly. Just help you feel that breath entering and leaving that body. Really find your stillness here and your acceptance of slowing down, of letting the muscles and ligaments start to relax, getting deep into that fascia that holds us all together. Slowly starting to come out, taking the blocks away from underneath the thighs, bringing the knees back together, hugging the knees into the chest really slowly. And then rolling all the way over into child's pose, taking a block with you, or maybe even two. Coming into your closed knees child's pose, hands behind us, forehead down. Just allowing that lower back to feel this different range of movement. allowing those shoulders to roll in, roll down to the mat, hips sinking down to the heels. Inhale, placing the hands down, just propping yourself up ever so gently. Bring these blocks here. Now maybe you either want to use both blocks and they're coming under our elbows, or you just want to use one block and that's coming onto the underneath of those wrists, and you're sinking your chest down so your hands are stretched out long. Wrists resting onto that block and you're sinking that chest down so you're still opening up through the shoulders. If you're using both blocks, take them just about in front of you, rest the elbows onto them, walk those elbows forwards, hands in prayer, and then take the prayer hands to the nape of your neck, allowing that chest to fall open. The shoulders to open. Maybe you walk these elbows slightly further forward to come into a deeper shoulder opening. Inhale super slowly wherever you are. Start to walk the hands back in, the elbows back in. Take the blocks away. And come all the way down to your belly. Really slowly. Resting onto one cheek. Pulling one knee up. And just allowing everything to settle back. Taking that leg back down, hands under the shoulders, push all the way up, rolling onto one hip, bringing those legs all the way to the front, grabbing your cushions and maybe a couple of blocks, coming into our caterpillar, so that's our forward fold in our yin. You can absolutely keep the knees bent if you want to put a support underneath the knees so they don't feel like they're hanging in mid-air. Absolutely do so. And then stack the blocks however high you want them so that you can fully relax over your thighs. Coming all the way down, resting the forehead down onto the blocks, onto the cushion, so that your chest feels supported. Creating roundness in that back. Sinking that forehead down heavier and heavier. Feeling that breath moving into the back and sides of the ribs. As your head grows heavier and heavier, sinking closer down towards your legs. Inhale slowly all the way up. Taking the cushion away, maybe you keep that cushion underneath you. Coming into a shoelace, so taking our right leg up and over. So we're coming to the outside of that right foot, crossed over that left leg, and that knee is down. Maybe you want to take another block under the right hip if that feels quite lifted. And then take the block, whatever level, to the top, that inside of that right knee. And then fold your head down onto it. Inhale slowly all the way back up. Switching on to the other side. Left leg bent up. Maybe you need a block or a cushion under the left hip. Knee, block, forehead down. Inhale really slowly all the way back up. Take the cushion away, keeping your block close to you. Really slowly all the way back down to lying onto your back. Just allow yourself to settle in here. Take the feet out as wide as the mat. Knock those knees in. Feel that belly rising and falling. And once your back feels settled, grab that block again. Set up for your bridge pose, so feet hips width apart, knees straight up. Lift up your bum just enough so that you can place a block, probably on that middle setting, underneath that back. So wherever you want to go, just on that lower back. Lifting up, allowing for that supported bridge, either middle or lowest. You can take your arms out long behind you, to the side, wherever you want to go. And if this is comfortable, even try taking the legs out long for a really deep stretch in that lower back. And wherever you are, if you've got your legs out, start to bring them back in slowly. Take the setting down to the lowest now, still underneath just that lowest part of your back. And then lift the legs up high. Maybe it's more comfortable if you do this against a wall so your legs have got something to rest on. Feeling that energy, the blood flowing back from your legs. down to the rest of the body. Back feeling nice and supported from that block. And whenever you're ready, starting to come into our Shavasana, taking the legs down, removing that block. What could feel really nice to support your legs is placing the 2 cushions underneath those thighs. Legs out long, feet falling out to the sides. If you've got a blanket or an eye cover near to you, absolutely get yourself comfortable here. Sink that body down into the mat. Closing down the eyes if they aren't already. I'm feeling super, super heavy here. Coming into a body scan like we did at the start of the week. Toes, focusing on those falling out to the side, releasing any tension, giving them a wiggle. Ankles also dropping out to the side, feeling heavy with those feet. Your legs, your thighs are supported by these cushions. Feeling that softness, pushing back into our legs, allowing us to feel nice and grounded. Our hips, which we have worked so much, are feeling heavy. Maybe a bit more mobile, a bit more aligned. Our belly is rising and falling as it has done all week and as it will continue to. Fingers just gently in this curve with your palms facing up. Not having anything to hold on to or push or pull. Shoulders dropping down away from the face, opening up through the chest. Jaw is nice and soft, and there isn't any tension behind the eyes. I'm going to leave you here in your Shavasana, so you can take as long as you want here. Come out of it nice and slowly. And give yourself a lot of compassion with the rest of your day. Remembering that stillness that you felt during this practice.